This is my review of Jojo's Bizarre Adventure. Okay, so things got interesting in this episode. So, apparently Jotaro Kujo, aka Jojo, he got arrested for starting a fight, and his mother tried to get him out of jail, Holly Kujo, only to discover that he apparently doesn't want to leave because apparently he's been possessed by an evil spirit. And true to form, not only demonstrates this by somehow having acquired several belongings that he shouldn't have in a prison, but also swiping one of the guards' guns and trying to take his own life by shooting himself in the head, which fails because the spirit intervenes and saves his life. Realizing that it's something supernatural in nature, and knowing that her father, Joseph, is an expert on these things, calls in old Joseph Joestar to actually invite him over and see what's going on with her son. So he and his associate Abdul head over to the prison with Holly, and knowing exactly what it is, tries to demonstrate by having Abdul summon an evil spirit of his own, Magician's Red, and Jotaro and Abdul get into a bit of a scuffle, and the evil spirits fight one another. And throughout the scuffle, Joseph reveals that Jotaro's evil spirit is what's actually called a stand, a physical manifestation of his life force, so to speak. And after realizing just what exactly is going on, Jotaro decides to listen to what his grandfather has to say and leaves his cell at long last after being forced out of his cell by Abdul and his stand. Afterwards, Abdul, Jotaro, Joseph, and Holly all meet up at a cafe, and Jotaro reveals what actually is happening. He points out that apparently our old pal Dio from season 1 somehow survived the explosion on the ship 100 years ago, and had been lying dormant in his casket for about 100 years, and finally resurfaced when a fishing crew fished him up and mistook him for a treasure chest, after which point he most likely slaughtered the whole crew and went into hiding. So Jotaro wonders what it has to do with him, and then Joseph reveals that he also has a stand that he acquired about a year ago, which he uses to create an image, and while at the same time revealing that everybody who's ever been related to the Joestar bloodline has a star-shaped birthmark on the back of their neck. And it's revealed that Dio also has a star-shaped birthmark on the back of his neck. And it's revealed that he actually successfully grafted his head onto Jonathan Joestar's body 100 years ago, and has been slowly taking it over ever since. So that would explain why he's been gone for the past 100 years. He's been biding his time until he could successfully take over Jonathan's body and take control of it. And realizing that he might be needed, Joseph decides to stay with his daughter and her family for a while, until he's certain that Dio is dead and done, and that his family is safe. So now Jotaro, realizing that he has a stand, now has to realize that he has to face off against Dio once again, like his great-grandfather did before him. So it's going to be interesting. We don't know how this is going to play out, but Dio is also quite aware of the fact that he might be sending out a psychic signal to the descendants of Jonathan Joestar, because he felt a presence when Joseph used his stand, and believes that it might have something to do with the fact that he took over his rival's body. So it's going to be interesting to see how this is going to play out, because now stands have been added to the equation, which apparently can have various powers. For example, Abdul Stan Magician Red had the ability to create superheat, and Jotaro apparently has a very powerful stand that manifested itself recently, but is quite quick on the uptake and was able to instantly save his master's life. So it's quite clear that something is going on, and it's quite clear that eventually Jotaro is going to have to face off against Dio at some point and take him down. And whether he wants to or not, which he evidently does not, because he pointed out several times, well, what does this have to do with me? But now he realizes that it may come push to shove whether he wants to or not. But if you guys did enjoy this episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and want to see me review more of it, then what did you guys think? Let's get a discussion going in the comment section down below, or over on my Discord server, link in the description. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook and on Twitter in the description below. And also, check out my Patreon description below as well if you want to help support the show. It's only a couple bucks a month, and it really helps me out, so I would definitely appreciate it if you did that. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace! And then, probably later today, actually, and then it'll switch over to Tuesday. So on Tuesdays, you guys will get JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and My Hero Academia. And then on Thursdays, you'll get Samurai Flamenco, at least until I'm done reviewing that, and then